of Ridgewater Hollow. The streets always looked peaceful, but behind one blue-roofed house, a nightmare waited to rise, because everyone believed that Emily Carter and her husband Daniel Carter lived the perfect life. Yet Emily had begun to feel an invisible weight pressing on her heart every time Daniel smiled at her. And she sensed something darker than anger, something patient and deadly. And it began the moment she found late-night messages on his phone messages that spoke about final steps, silent methods, and clean outcomes. And her fear grew even deeper when she discovered his hidden search history, filled with staged accident ideas, slow poisoning techniques, and how to erase a person without raising suspicion. And she remembered the cold shiver crawling up her spine as she realized the man she shared a home with might be planning her death. And she knew she needed proof, so she placed a secret recording app on her phone, keeping it hidden under her pillow. And that night, the house felt heavier than ever as she heard Daniel pacing through the hall, breathing slowly, like someone preparing for something terrible. And when she peeked through the door, she saw him mixing a clear liquid into her tea with a calmness that felt more terrifying than anger. And she dumped the tea quietly when he turned away, praying he would not notice. And over the next days, she avoided every drink and every plate of food he handed her, noticing little traps around the house like the loose staircase, bolt the slippery bathroom floor, and the sharp chemical odor in her water bottle. And the fear inside her grew into a tight knot, exploding when her phone recorded Daniel whispering in the dark that tomorrow night she would be gone, and everything would look natural, and that the insurance money would arrive within a week. And Emily felt her heartbeat slam against her chest as she understood she had only one last day to outsmart him and survive. So the next morning, she met her friend at a small cafe and passed her a flash drive containing recordings and screenshots telling her to go to the police if she did not contact her by midnight. And then she returned home, acting gentle and calm, pretending she believed everything was normal, pretending she did not notice Daniel watching her every move with quiet calculation. And that evening, he prepared a special dinner, lighting candles, setting the table, and offering her wine with a strange, satisfied look in his eyes. And when he stepped into the garage to fetch something, she seized the moment, grabbed her phone, and called Chief Randall Moore, begging him to listen. And she explained the poison, the traps, the late-night whispers, and the chief told her firmly to stay on the line and stay as far from Daniel as possible until officers arrived. But Daniel returned too quickly, stepping into the room, holding a rope coiled neatly in his hand. And the smile he wore was no longer human. It was the smile of someone who believed everything was already finished. And he asked her softly why her hands were shaking. And Emily stepped back, trying to hide the phone under the tablecloth, while her eyes searched for any escape. And Daniel moved closer, telling her that everything would be easier if she just stayed quiet. and accepted what was coming. And Emily felt tears burning her eyes as she backed toward the wall. But before Daniel could reach her, police sirens exploded outside, filling the windows with flashing lights that cut through the dark house like a rescue sent from fate itself. Officers stormed inside, shouting orders and pointing weapons. And Daniel froze, just long enough for them to grab him. And he tried to claim Emily was unstable, but the evidence had already reached the police through the flash drive recordings and poison traces in the kitchen sink, and Daniel was dragged out of the house, shouting, as the entire neighborhood watched the truth reveal itself. And Emily walked outside shaking under the cold night sky, but as she took her first free breath, she understood that the greatest danger had been living right beside her, wearing the mask of a loving husband, and the greatest courage she ever found was refusing to become another silent name in a forgotten case. And Ridgewater Hollow would never forget the night the killer husband finally lost the game he built so carefully, and the woman he hunted walked away alive and stronger than ever before.